NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Players.
Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo, coming to you from one of the game's most famous venues, the TPC Sawgrass, home to the Players.
And home of the Players too. The PGA Tour professionals that play the tour, they basically run and own this wonderful venue. It is their championship, and it's one that each one of those players playing here this week would want to win. It might not be considered a major, but the Players, it is their championship.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway.
You want to get to what they call the gauntlet, 16, 17, and 18 with a chance. 16 is the reachable par 5. You can make eagle there. And then the final 2 holes, you just want to steer clear of trouble. Though, with bold play, and you mentioned it with Craig Perks, you could make birdies.
It really is a case of mind over matter when you look at those holes. You're right. If you took away the water, you'd think they're 3 nice holes. But it wouldn't be the same. You intimidate the player as he plays 15. He's well aware of the finishing 3 holes.
Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
It's in on that.
You can see why this player has been compared to a young Rory McIlroy, featured golfer making birdie and now sitting comfortably inside that cut line. Resuming the action, and let's go out to hole number 11. Our featured golfer, Frank, featured for a reason, playing excellent golf.
Yeah, the scorecard shows that, and really, in some respects, has not got the best out of it yet, but enough holes ahead to change that.
My headset's been connected. Okay. Looks like I'm good now. It says on air, so let's be on air. Alright, audio and gameplay are being broadcast. I didn't realize I didn't have it plugged in. I'm stupid. My bad, y'all. At the moment. Not sure about this controller. In case y'all haven't been able to hear me, which I'm pretty sure y'all haven't been able to hear me. It disappeared. That went cool.
It's nice to roll in a 25-footer now and then. Those feel good. But still, there's nothing like hitting that perfect tee ball. Long and straight.
Yeah, you can puff out your chest, last to play, the advantage, holes shorter. Basically, the list goes on. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up. This one measures out to 15 feet.
Oh, it changed my hair color too.
He got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Just a tap in to finish the hole.
All things pointed to a good week. Birdie there, very important right now.
playing some good golf. Up to the 12th, Frank, and a good birdie chance here.
Yeah, good old length, short par 4. This green really divides itself into about 3 sections. There's a little piece to the right, piece short left, and the one at back left. So as long as you know where the flag is, just push that ball into the section where it is. You get up there, you're only going to have 10 or 15 feet left for birdie.
That's a heck of a poke right there. 310 yards and in the fairway.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
How'd you like that strike?
That was top of the tree. Just moving that much closer to the leader now, Rich.
Frank, so much focus on the back nine here at the stadium course at TPC Sawgrass on the 17th hole with the island green. I think 13 gets lost sometimes, but the pros know this is a really good hole.
Oh, it can be disastrous too. That's, I think, what you're referring to, Rich. There's a big ridge in the middle of this green that bisects the top side with the bottom side on the left. So even when the flag's on the left, you don't have to go directly at it, because that normally causes the problem with the wooden bulkheads down the left side and obviously the water left of that. So something on the ridge can often run down towards the left. But we have seen the odd hole-in-one here over the years.
Stuck the follow through right there. This could be really good. Superb shot.
That's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Locked in on the read and the speed.
No, not as a tap.
Starting to pile up the birdies. 5 under par for the tournament.
Frank, historically in this great championship, 14 has proven to be a pivotal hole.
Everybody focuses on the finish here, but you're absolutely right, Rich. This can be an absolute scorecard wrecker, because if you spin your drive left, the drop back, perhaps on the ladies' tees, you can make 6 in a heartbeat. You try and air to the right, you can make 6 from the mounds. So a good drive down 14 gives you a chance for that fast finish.
Frank, that is position A.
Yeah, the tee shot was like silk, Rich. I mean, just sets up that second shot so beautifully.
Frank, challenging approach shot here at the 14th.
Yeah, there's some subtle mounds in this green. One that comes in on the right, and then another one that starts to come in about 2/3 of the way down on that left side. This looks like it's going to find the target.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Not a gimme, but well within his range.
Yeah. This is nice.
That was a nice birdie, and no doubt he's feeling pretty good about his position on this leaderboard.
A series of good holes in a row has got him to this point.
Frank, you surprised to see that name on top of the leaderboard?
I am surprised to see the name, but not that style of golf leading. It was great performance, especially tee to green. You don't often see people start that quickly.
Wow. So I shot.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Players. There really is nothing like it in golf. The stadium course at TPC Sawgrass, home to the Players Championship. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. And what a golf course, Frank. And obviously the most famous hole is that little island, par 3, 17th. And it's the ultimate hold-your-breath moment. When that ball is airborne on a Sunday afternoon, you don't know. Wet or dry, victory or agonizing defeat.
It's certainly a great temptress. And it's fitting in this golf course that was created for two reasons by Pete Dye. It was created to be a cliffhanger of sorts and to test the great players of the world. And, of course, it was built with natural viewing in mind. So it's the perfect stadium venue for this championship.
But this one has a chance to be really good.
That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, the approach here to the fourth is fraught with peril, isn't it?
Three distinct levels here. There's that sort of small piece in the front right. There's that left side of the green and that top tier on the right. There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Outstanding strike right there, right off the center of the club face, and a good chance for birdie. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie.
Player knows they're on the move with that birdie. Quick glance at the leaderboard. They can see, Frank, they're not out of it.
Things are very volatile right now.
Now to the fifth. This long par 4 thought to be one of the most difficult holes on the front side here at the TPC Sawgrass.
If you've got plenty of length in the bag, you can almost take it directly over the bunker on the right. But if you're not as long, you have to air down that left side.
Not on the fairway here. This could be a tough shot coming up next.
Looking at 130 yards now for the second shot.
Well, this is the kind of strong wind that will really test a player.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Frank, you always talk about it. Don't compound the mistakes. Well, here we are, another shot from the rough.
And this one no easier than the one he's just hit. And that's a big green. Just managed to get it smack bang in the middle of it.
And getting ready for the putt. That's a solid par. Still in it, Frank. Frank, this isn't a hole that sort of jumps out at you the way, say, 17 does.
Yeah, a lot of times people will just sort of gloss over it, but anytime you get a par 4 under 400 yards, it's a great opportunity. But once again, a positional hole. Take advantage of it.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Good swing, good shot yet again.
Well, it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Well, this is going to be an interesting day. The wind is howling, or as they would say in Scotland, just a wee breeze. Just a couple of feet. In for par. Seventh hole here at Sawgrass. Frank, a bit uncomfortable off the tee.
It is. It reminds me a little bit of the opening hole, much longer version, where when you stand on the tee and look at the green, it's a straightaway hole. But that fairway goes to the left and it comes back to the right. But they're all optical illusions.
That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky. That's beyond long.
That is a sensational play right there, and you have to think that a little helping breeze gave that a nice boost.
It can't be that good.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Frank, golf may be the best sport to follow from this standpoint. You can get closer to the great athlete in golf than you can in any other sport. You could stand 5 feet from Tiger Woods at a tee box as he's getting ready to drive. I mean, that's really unusual in sports.
Yeah, it's a different type of spectator sport, especially if you follow your favorite player all the way around the golf course. Because it's not like waiting for your favorite hitter in a baseball game. You got to wait several innings. You can literally see him hit every single shot, drive through the putt.
Well, good birdie right there, Frank.
Oh, time to get another cup of coffee. Things are heating up.
2 rounds in the books, Frank, and a good spot from which to make a move.
Yeah, well positioned. Really, if you're leading, it's a different pressure. Being in the chaser pack there, playing well, what a great position to go into with 2 rounds to go.
Wow. Wow. First place. Awesome. I'm in third now.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Its third-round coverage of the Players.
Frank, 7th hole here at TPC Sawgrass. How do you break this one down?
Not overly long, 440 yards, but once again, it's a tee shot. If you're driving the ball well, that's fine. You just sort of blister it down there, but you're starting to lose one a little bit to the right. There's 3 pot bunkers there, and of course, if you're fearful of it going left, there's the canal all the way down the left side that'll get your attention.
Frank, you've been there. What's the best way to approach this next shot at the 7th hole?
There's a lot of mounding on this 7th green, to the right and the left. You can use those mounds to kick the ball to the flag.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green.
See if he can get something going here. 2 straight birdies. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
Nothing wrong with that par putt.
Frank, this is a hole that I really like. The 8th, 237-yard par 3, just a necklace of bunkers surrounding the green. What's the best approach?
You come out through that chute or that hallway of trees there, and this being the longest of the 4 par 3s at TPC Sawgrass, the green actually plays much smaller than what it looks because of that narrow entry.
So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot.
He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. Can he do it again today?
Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knocking in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the cause.
Frank, we see it every single round. These kind of putts determine whether it's a good score or an average score.
Yeah, and just like that, a bogey, and does not feel like he deserves it.
Frank, they didn't have any openings at EA Sports Basketball because, I mean, this is just brutal to watch.
Frank, now at the 9th, this really is one of my favorite par 5s in the entire sport.
And I certainly enjoy watching people play it today, Rich. It used to be unreachable, but the longer hitters now, We're starting to see them go for this par 5 regularly in 2. And the reason why they start to hit the drive more down the right now than what they used to. People used to try and go down the left side. The right side, it hugs the water, but you get a better view of the second shot. That's fine.
I mean, he just blasted it down the fairway, well over 325 yards. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. Appears to be tracking well. Well, that is a ball striking clinic right there. Another dazzling approach shot. Pretty close. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Really starting to shine, moves to 10 under for the tournament. Just a superb performance on the front side. He's hoping to keep it going here on the back 9, Frank.
The game is so much easier when you're swinging well, putts are going in. Really, you've just got to keep out of your own way.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Looks to be a good setup going into the green here at the 10th. Second shot now at the 10th, and again, Frank, accuracy is at a premium.
Yeah, gone are the days to sort of thrash it out of the trees like Phil Mickelson. Ideally, coming out of that fairway, you're hitting to a green that moves to the right, so that makes it a little bit more difficult than what the mind's eye first sees.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. Wow. That birdie coming up, formality.
Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round.
That birdie has to feel even better, Rich, with everything so tight at the top.
Right in the middle of a Donnybrook at this point. Now to the 11th, par 5.
Good tee shot, and then you certainly think about hitting a hybrid or a lofted fairway wood into this green that's really narrow, one of the narrowest on the golf course. There's a little pot bunker left of this green when you go for 2 that often swallows up that second shot if it's a little bit too conservative. But there's a lake there. Seen more than one ball splash in the pond over the years.
What a drive. Just tattooed that.
Yeah.
This could be a huge momentum swing here, Frank.
Yeah, one more good swing, and he's going to have an eagle putt coming up. I know you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but it is well on the cards.
Frank, how do you do that?
Not bad, just inside sort of 8 or 9 feet left.
Settles in over the putt.
That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Racking them and stacking them. That's 12 under par now for the tournament. That wraps up the third round. Just one more to go before we crown our champion.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm looking at my crystal ball, Rich, but that champion that we see tomorrow might be the one just sitting at the leaderboard on top of it right now.
That's messed up.
NBC Golf Channel on EA association with the PGA Tour proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the players.
Dude, are you kidding me?
Now one of the most demanding holes on this golf course, the 14th, 481-yard par 4.
If you ever want a litmus test at TPC Sawgrass on who's playing well, check the tee shots on 14. If you stripe it down here, you know you're driving the ball well. Too often we see people messing with the mount. He's gone for a little extra.
Yeah.
Gave that the full treatment. Get up.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Frank, the handicap system in golf really is the great equalizer, isn't it?
Yeah, there's no sport like it. I can't imagine going to Wimbledon and playing, sort of Djokovic or Federer or, playing NFL with Peyton Manning. But, the beauty of golf, we can go out in a golf course. We decide what our handicaps are on the first tee. We decide who's going to get strokes, and then off you go and play. And you play on a level playing field.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green.
Yeah!
Wow, Frank, I did not expect that. An eagle.
Hold out. Woohoo! Yeah! Right back where I belong. Number one.
Just before we get to what they call the gauntlet, 16, 17, and 18, 15 requires all of your attention, doesn't it, Frank?
Personally, I think this is the prettiest hole on the golf course, Rich. I've actually often gone back there and taken pictures. Just a gentle dogleg to the right. You come out of the chute. Seems to be a generous fairway. You just get a little view of the bunker down the right side. But virtually there's no lip there, so that's not a concern. The green, all sorts of weird and wonderful waves on it. Well protected by a big bunker on the left, and there's two little pot bunkers out on the right that, well, if you're first time around, you might notice.
That is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Putting on a show, this tournament moves to 15 under par.
You licking your chops here, Frank, as a player, when you get to this tee box?
Well, it's an opportunity. A 4 here certainly makes the mood better when you walk to 17 and then 18. So a 4 here is more than just making a birdie on a par 5. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
Outstanding tee shot.
Yeah, ball sitting up. You don't have to worry about the wind or anything there. You just take a full-blooded cut at the second shot from here.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say. Repetitive is often what sounds boring. This is just shot after shot, and it's anything other than that. Spectacular.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, how early in the round are you thinking about the shot at 17?
Well, when you're playing well, you're pushing it ahead. Maybe you don't think about it till 14 or 15. If you're struggling, you might be thinking it early as the 5th or the 6th hole. But put it this way, when you make the walk from 16 to 17, you are thinking of it every inch of the way. Oh, this is heading in the wrong direction.
Uh-oh. Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Par yesterday, now for birdie. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Now to the 18th hole here at TPC Sawgrass, 462-yard par 4, Frank, and another example of visual intimidation from the designer, Pete Dye.
Those wooden bulkheads that go all the way down the left side of 18 give you like an optical illusion, Rich. And there's not a single fairway bunker on the right to give you something specifically to aim at. So you've got to fixate on one of those trees. This is not a hole where you want to be looking at anything other than a specific target. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked.
170, that's the number, and it's the second shot.
This could be good. Frank, it's not about getting the ball close to the hole. From that spot,
Well, he had no chance to get it close. I thought he had very, very, very little chance of getting it on the green. So given that, that was a very good shot.
oh, I thought he had that.
Well, I thought they'd at least pick up a shot. Birdie looked like a sitter. Now at par.
To win the Players' Championship. So a tough way to close the round, missing a short putt and a bogey here at 18.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
I still won.
In this situation, Richard, bogey's not all that bad. Still has the lead.
Just a tremendous week of golf, and that, my friend, is a winner right there.
Yeah, and he should be proud of himself, too. It took golf of the highest quality to beat this high-quality field, and that is something that you will remember for a long, long time.
Yeah, 5-stroke win. Thank you very much. Pleasure doing business with you.